whole entire line?
Yes.
And start each year?
Up to you.
And then?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so today I had written down what I want to order for next month, and everything that I picked out comes up to like $400-something.
You want to order all that for yourself
Yeah,
personally?
starting next month. Now, you said put that as an auto ship, but each month I might want to change different things from the different things to order, so can you do that?
Well,
If you do the auto ship?
okay. First of all, you should have a monthly auto ship already set up. Okay, do you know if you have that?
I'm not sure, I'll go home tonight and check.
You're not sure? Okay, so that's sort of what we need to determine first off, is that are you enrolled in the monthly auto ship program? How new are you in the business?
Last week, I think.
Last week? Okay, last week.
That's pretty new.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so, and I'm jumping ahead, guys, but that way when I get to it, we won't have to talk about it. So, when you're in your first quarter of the business, so the first 3 months, your auto ship is only going to come the 3rd month. After the first 3 months, how often is your auto ship going to come? Monthly. So the first quarter, you have what's called a grace period, and this is going to be expanded on in the ECCT training. But you're required to have 1 auto ship in that first quarter, and typically we set it up to come to the 3rd month. So if you're only 1 week in the business, you're not going to get your auto ship for 2 more months, 2.5 more months. Do you know what I'm saying? So you might want to order that product that you have, but we're not going to put it in your 001, we're going to put it in either your 002 or your 003. And we're going to need to work with your senior business partner to find out what's the best side for you to do that on, okay? We do not want people going and doing their first order on their own and putting volume wherever they, helter-skelter, wherever they think they should, because ultimately they get it wrong. Sorry about that right there. You put it in your 001, right? So, for you, if you want those products and you don't want to wait 2.5 months, we're going to order them from your back office, and we're going to put them in either your own 002 or your own 003, okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, she asked the second part of that question. Can she change her auto ship if she wants to?
Yes.
The answer is yes, okay? It's preset when you order the Fast Start Kit. All right, it already, so that you don't have to think about it, because there's enough to think about when you're a new unfranchised owner, and you don't want to have to, you know, when we used to have to think about it, people would be like, let me look through the book. It would take forever. You're like, it's 50 DB, let's go. You know, come on. So now it just preloads it, and now we can change as needed, right? And you want to do that, your auto ship is always going to charge your credit card on a Tuesday and ship out the very next day. So if you know that you're the 2nd Tuesday of the month is when your credit card gets charged, then I'll show you how you're going to know what Tuesday it is, because there's either week 1, 2, 3, or 4 that your Tuesday is going to get charged. You do not want to do it, the soonest you want to do it is like the Friday before, to ensure that it can be changed appropriately. Don't change it the Monday before they're going to charge your credit card. Or change it right after it comes, okay? So we'll talk about that. So that's IBB placement. Then you want to sign up for the blogs. You want to sign up for your bank for direct deposit of your commission checks. Yeah, that's a big one. You want to sign up for your annual renewal to pull automatically. That's a big one. Okay, so there's different things that you have to set up as a new franchise owner. Now, this is what Jim was talking about. We celebrate success. So somebody who's new in the business, here she goes right out of the Facebook. Please welcome Sissy Dunleavy to the group. She's been evaluating the business. She's meeting with Teresa. You know, this was somebody that was evaluating the business. Now she's a new franchise owner. In fact, we were doing the presentation at her house. Here's somebody that came into the business. Please welcome Lee Chapman. He lives in the United Kingdom, you know, and he got a ton of different likes with a picture. This is Teresa, the new person we sponsored, who then sponsored her first person and says, you know, I'm so excited to introduce my best friend, Tina, you know, who's joined our business. She got a bunch of, you know, congratulations and things like that. Now we're getting started to really grow our business, create some business problem, because we want to get some customers, we want to use some products. You come in with a Fast Start Kit, you use a little bit, you sell a little bit, you're going to need more products. Because every week you guys should be trying a new product or two. There's so many out there. Always think of, I'm going to put an order in. We used to put in manual orders on a piece of paper, and every Wednesday we'd share a big mailing envelope, and people would show up at your door on Wednesday. I don't know what our neighbors thought of us, because people were coming over all day long on Wednesdays with $1 and saying, and their order, here's my order, here's $1 for the shipping envelope, and we'd mail off product orders. And it would actually be written on their weekly order. Now, we really never told anybody they didn't actually have to do a weekly order. We just said you have to do a weekly order, and they did it. They did it. They would show up, right?
Yeah, you need to do a weekly order.
You did. You did. Yeah, and so it was great. I'm not kidding. It was really awesome. But creating BB and IBB. Now, BB is the business volume. That's our exclusive Martin America branded products. Typically, BB is going to be about 80% of the dollar. You spend 100 wholesale dollars, you're going to get about 80 BB. Sometimes higher, sometimes lower, based on the manufacturer margins and the margins that are built in. Okay? IBB, your internet business volume, is all of the partner stores that we have available to us. And again, the IBB is going to be quite low, 1% to maybe 10%, averaging about 4% IBB, all right? Right around there. So which compensation plan is going to go faster for you? The BB, right? So that's why, you know, we get people, distributors in our organization, and all they do is promote shop.com, shop.com, shop.com. All right, well that's great, but you've got to be selling some products because that's where the money is, right? Initially. So you've got to be talking about the products, and that's, you know, why you need to get to the product trainings and learn more about products, because as good as shop.com is, our products are phenomenal, and that's your gravy right now, right? All right, so personal business volume, we just talked about that. Personal business volume is used to initially qualify a business. So it's that one-time order for the Fast Start Kit. 200 business volume goes into your 001. Whoops, 50 goes here, BB, and 50 goes here. In order for you to earn a commission check off of a business development center, two things have to happen. One, you have to be activated. You have to have person number 1, you have to have person number 2, and activation has to come first. Okay? Second thing is you have to accumulate business volume over here in order to earn a commission check. But before you do any of that, a business has to be qualified to be able to pay you, right? And qualification has to be 200 business volume within it. If you wanted to activate your 002 and earn a commission check, could you earn a commission check on it right now? Is it fully qualified? No, you'd have to add another 150 business volume to your 002 business to have it qualified to be able to earn a commission check and accrue group business volume. Okay? So that's really important. So you're not going to do that. You're going to qualify this immediately. It opens the BB and IBB bank accounts. You can start accruing group business volume and then earn commission checks as you get to certain levels and activate your business. So that's one thing that goes into your 002. The second thing is it's used to exercise the monthly accrual option or the unfranchised auto ship. Also goes in your 001. All right, now, it auto ships to you. You can have 2 credit cards or a bank draft on file to secure that it's coming every month. Can something happen to the credit card that's on file?
Yeah.
Can it ever decline?
Yeah.
Do you ever lose it? Does it ever expire? Does your bank sometimes not have money in? I don't know how that happens, honey, but sometimes the bank just doesn't have money in, unfortunately. So,
because you were saving me a lot.
right. Saving you money. I have to test market things out, you know.
I know.
So, what happens if it's time for them to charge your credit card for your monthly requirement, your auto ship, and it doesn't go through? Is somebody notified of that?
Yes.
Yeah, typically the sponsor, don't count on it, but typically they are, and you're notified that it didn't go through. Now, can you just skip that monthly requirement altogether?
No.
No. So what are you going to have to do? Because they're not going to resend that out. What are you going to have to do?
Put a valid credit card or put a second credit card in there.
Well, that would be good for the next month. So you're safe the next month, but you
place the order.
have to place the order manually.
Oh, man.
All right?
Okay.
Now this is, you gotta listen to this because this is where people get tripped up a little bit. You have to place the order manually. You go in your back office, you go under ordering products, you order products, whatever you want. Let's say your requirement for that month is 50 BB. So you order 50 BB, it comes out to 52, whatever. What else do you have to order to satisfy your monthly requirement?
IBB.
IBB, that's a good one. So 10 IBB. What else do you have to order to say? UFMS. So there's a component in there that could potentially be missing, and I'm jumping ahead again, but for this transfer by, you've got a BV order, you've got an IBV order, and you've got UFMS. And all of those things have to be manually ordered in your back office. But now what you're doing is, you're used to ordering products and putting them in your 002 or your customer's 002 or your 003, and you get to a spot that says points placement. Now remember why you're ordering these products. You're ordering them to satisfy a requirement that you missed, right? Right. So when you get to points placement, where are they going to go?
001.
001. This is a common mistake. People go in, they order BV and IBV, they forget UFMS. They go in, they order BV, IB, UFMS, they put it in their 002. All right?
Wow.
That's going to negatively affect your business for the month. You're going to experience a red flush, which we'll go through, but you don't want to do that. So I just wanted to touch on it. Volume, or group internet business volume, is all the volume that flows up from underneath your organization. And that can be anything from a new one franchise owner, from those monthly auto ships, to new customer orders, to preferred customer orders, to whatever it is, but it's volume that's flowing up and accumulating on the left and right sides in your bank accounts, the left and right side of your 001 that will pay you towards commission checks. The group business volume has a 365-day lifespan, and the group internet business volume has a 2-year or 730-day lifespan. And what I mean by that is, like, somebody just asked us the other day, after 365 days, does all my volume wipe away if, I haven't gotten to a certain level? And the answer is no, okay? Only what is 365 days old. So if you come on 1-year anniversary of this business and you have not flushed a good flush through the pay cycle, 5,000 group business volume on the left and 5,000 group business volume on the right, and it is now day 366, only the orders that are 365 days old will erase from your BV banks. Okay? Now I'm assuming you're going to have orders every, if not weekly, right? But at least monthly orders all throughout the year, right? So you're always going to have volume on a rolling calendar, all right? I know that all of you are going to activate your business and flush through the pay cycle because you're moving so fast, you're not going to have to worry about that, but I want you to understand that the volume does not all wipe away on day 365, just what is 365 days old, that order, and so on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good. And the same holds true for IBB. And why do they give you double the time for IBV? Because it takes a lot longer, right? It takes longer to go through the pay cycle. Okay, so creating business volume, obviously personal use, franchise auto ships, sales, internet marketing. Jim showed this slide last night because her friend Joan, she just put everything up and said, this is what I use, and I'm going to keep adding to it. Because I was buying this stuff anyway from somebody else and it wasn't paying me. And you need to look at what am I buying that I'm not getting paid for or earning business volume for or helping my team with that I can replace. And that's where those weekly or every other week orders come in to try something new. This was just a product training that just happened September 9th. How many of you guys knew about it? I mean, the more you know, the better off you go to retail, right? I put that on there just to see if any of you knew about it or went to it. I looked it up and found it here in the area. So the next one coming up, Stan Pierce, coming 10/27, and he's also doing another general product training on 12/10. I would make sure I get to those. Make sure you get to those. They're $15. You register with the host. These are in unfranchised training. You can find them. They're right in New York. Dr. Stan Pierce is phenomenal product training. Unbelievable. It's he's my favorite. Okay? And this is the product flyer. So when you get this under NMTSS and it says meeting, you can click right on here, and then you're going to get this, the flyer, the information, saying where it is, what time, how much, who do I contact to register, and things like that. Okay? And that holds true with every product training, not just that's the TLS, that's the motives, that's the general product training, that's the web center training, that's the local seminars, everything you can find, all right? Now these are product sort of testimonials that we put on our Facebook page. Here's Joan. Thank you, CoQ10 and literature. My husband has never needed a statin drug for high cholesterol. He's diabetic, he has heart disease, and heart disease and diabetes go hand in hand. Thank God for our great products. Don Faden. This product has been nicknamed Marriage Counselor in a Bottle. Can anybody guess what that is? Bliss. That's how you guys have to sell that. Marriage Counseling in a Bottle, guys, right here. It's Bliss. That's the best tagline I ever saw. He had to do a presentation in front of 40 dentists. He said, "Thank you, Bliss, for doing that." Here's a couple ones. I've been taking my supplements, and since I started my business 10 months ago, I've not been sick once and was able to get off 7 prescriptions at age 23. Prior to that, I've been sick every month, constantly, missing class while in college. Can't be without it. This was me. Our kids have grown up with the isotonic vitamins. Our daughter is a varsity swimmer, and she never missed her vitamins. One day I ran out of something, I mixed her something, and immediately she's like, "Mom, where's my OPCs?" I'm like, "Stop freaking out, kid. I'll get it for you." You know, they become so used to things, and those are great, like, testimonials that you can put out there. Unfranchised cost is what you're going to pay for products and services. Suggested retail is what the company suggests is fair market value. Now, if somebody orders from your shop.com site, they're paying full retail. Unless what? Unless you put them on auto ship. So if they're shopping from your shop.com, they're going to pay full suggested retail. When you opt them into auto ship, or they opt into auto ship, they can get 5% off right off the bat, and you can actually opt to give them an additional 5%, and you have to go in your back office into the customer administration site and add the additional 5%. So they could actually get 10% off for going on auto ship. I would offer that to my customers. Okay?
Is that what the coupons or vouchers?
That is not the coupons or the vouchers. That's completely different. That Joan that had the table of products out, she's one of the biggest retailers in the company. Probably in the top 15 of the company. She has over 110 to 150 customers. Customers. So many on auto ship. Yeah. And what she does is as soon as she tells them about a product, she says, "You can do it this way. You can purchase it from my shop.com portal. It's going to cost you this. Or I know you're going to love it and you're never going to want to run out. So what I want to do today is put you on an auto ship program. You decide how often you want to come. You're the manager of it, not me. You get to decide when you want to stop it, if you want to put it on hold, if you want it to come every month, every 6 weeks, every 90 days, however you want it to do. But by doing that today and making that decision, you're going to get 10% off. Doesn't that sound like a great idea? Yes.
And I know what you're thinking, what if I don't want it, I want to cancel it? You can go ahead and do that
Yep.
if you want to, but this way I get you the 10% right away, and when you do like it, it's coming right away.
Yeah. And she said, if I don't ask, I forget to ask, so I ask right away.
This-
Yes.
I'm gonna run out.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So,
So I'll just take a cab home.
No,
No, we get you.
Oh, okay.
and you can either meet us at dinner or you can.
I'll call.
Your call.
Yep.
Okay. All right, she's the best, isn't she? I'm leaving. I'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yes.
For those of you with the forms for the Moving Up seminar, you can give them to Lisa.
The company will charge, okay, what I want to say about that too is, now, can you charge less than suggested retail? Yeah, and when would you do that? When you buy, you have a little inventory, you're having a product review, wine and wellness, motives, something or other, and you've got some inventory that you're going to sell that night, right? There could be a special for somebody coming. Or the first time somebody's purchasing for you, I would always give them the discount. I'm old school, a lot of my customers like to purchase from me. And they would purchase monthly, and I'm like, "Oh, you know, come on, Steve, how about I give you a discount if you purchase every quarter? You know, 3 bottles of OBC every quarter instead of 1 a month, that's easier." He's like, "Oh yeah, I love that," you know, things like that. But he still likes to talk to me. I get to talk to him 4 times a year instead of every month, that way. So you let people know why they're getting the discount, okay? This shouldn't just be expected all the time, and free has no value, guys. You gotta give little samples out, don't give away whole 90 serving bottles. All right? My brother had really, the one that was on the picture, severe migraine headaches. He suffered for 30 years with those. Horrible. And debilitating. You know, they were really progressing. And I gave him a bottle of OPC and B12, and it sat for 2 months, did nothing with it. And he finally became an franchise owner, and I said, "Now you're finally going to start taking these products, and you're going to take them right." And I said, "Because now this is your business, you're going to need to know." And as soon as he did, he started getting relief. I remember one time, He had driven 200 miles, he was going to visit someone out of town and forgot his products and turned around and came back. He's like, I never, ever want to have that migraines again like I had in my previous life.
Wow.
Which is really amazing, you know, good. So yeah, so that's when you can give a discount, okay? And on franchise auto ship, we talked a lot about, it's a standing order, automatically ships. The fast start kit presets it, it's paid by bank draft or 2 credit cards you set up. It's set up 2 weeks prior to your qualification date, I'm going to talk about that, and it can be changed as needed, and I wrote no later than Friday before the Tuesday that it's going to be pulled. It's designed to satisfy your requirements and the UFMS requirement, and it maintains what's called a monthly accrual option. You opt in to have that shipment come every month, they're going to continue to have your BV and IBV accrual without fail. You opt out and you don't get it for the month, they're going to opt to not have your IBV and BV accrue, okay? They're going to red flush you, so that's a big one. All right, we're going to get to that, I promise. Qualify is just that one-time step. You qualify your business with 200 BV, it opens up your BV and IBV bank accounts now to accrue business line. It's done on day 1, right? Start date is the date that Market America receives your application. So you can enroll somebody on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Sunday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, right? That's your start date, and that date is when your annual renewal kicks in. So if it's the end of September and I start somebody on September 29th, but their Q date is until October 3rd or something like that, I'm just guessing, their start month, when their $99.95 is going to be pulled for their annual renewal, is actually going to be September. Do you understand? Because that's their start month, not their Q date month. And when you opt in for the annual renewal, when you're enrolling somebody and you go through and set up their domain name and all that stuff, you opt in for annual renewal, so it automatically charges the credit card that they have on file. Then what happens is it's always going to charge your annual renewal the first week of your start month. So like my Q date is August 30th, but I'm charged my annual renewal the 1st of August. Does that make sense? Because sometimes you can be like, what is this charge? And even though it's not to the end, they don't wait till your Q date. They do it in your start month, just so they get everybody's done for that month, okay? This date never changes, like I just said. So now, your quarters based on, for an unfranchised owner, it could be a 3 Q date period, a 3 start date period, because sales reps, they never qualify their business, do they? No, so they never get a Q date, they get a start date. Because remember what I said? They still have quarterly requirements, but the requirements are based off of their start date, not a qualification date for sales reps, okay? Your quarters always end on a Friday and start the very next day on a Saturday. So they start on a Saturday, they go 3 months, and they always end on a Friday in which the Q date falls. So let me show you how that works. Let's say I enroll somebody on January 9th. That's a great day because that's my birthday. All right, so January 9th, I enroll a new distributor. That's their start date and that's their start month. So, assuming everything is correct, their Q date is going to be January 13th. Their first, and that's never going to change. January 13th is their Q date. My Q date is August 30th, 1998. Okay? So now, first quarter is going to start on Saturday, January 14th, and we're going to jump ahead 3 months. February 13th, March 13th, April 13th. We always go 13th because that's their Q date. April 13th happens to end on a Friday. That's their first quarter ending date. All the requirements for that quarter must be in by that date. Second quarter starts April 14th. We go May 13th, June 13th, July 13th, falls on a Friday. Good, they don't always do that. Second quarter ending date. Third quarter starts on the 14th. August 13th, September 13th, October 13th falls on a Saturday. Do we backtrack to the first available Friday? No. You're always going to jump ahead to the first available Friday. And the first available Friday is October 19th. That is the third quarter ending date. Where can you find what quarter you're working on? In the Form 1000 section. So if you go to the second one over, My Distributorship, and you drop down, it's going to be Forms Online, bump out Form 1000. It'll give you your current quarter that you're working on. It'll give you the start date of the quarter, which will be a Saturday, and it'll give you the end date of a quarter, which will be a Friday. Okay? Fourth quarter would start the 20th. Then you go November 13th, you're back to the 13th again, November 13th, December 13th, January 13th. Now, that's for your quarterly requirements. Your monthly requirements run the same month to month. So, if the 13th is my Q date, when's February 13th fall? On a Monday. Market American Business Weeks close out on a Friday, so every date significant always ends on Friday. So even though the 13th ends on a Monday, I have until Friday the 17th to get my monthly requirement in. My monthly requirement, okay? Now, of course, that's going to auto ship, and it's going to auto ship 2 weeks right in the middle. 2 weeks from the start date and 2 weeks from the ending date of that 30 days in, okay? And the reason they put it right smack dab in the middle for them to charge your credit card and ship that auto ship out once a month is that if there's anything wrong with it, they give you a week or two to correct it. So that's why they put it right in the middle, okay? And again, remember, when you're new, you have a grace period that's not going to come to the third month. Then after that, it comes every month. So it goes like this in the back office, and I'm pretty sure I have a slide, but let me just tell you. If your Q date falls from the 1st to the 7th, your transfer by week or your auto ship week is going to be week 3, the 3rd Tuesday of the month. If your Q date falls the 8th to the 14th, which is the 2nd week, your transfer by week is going to be week 4. Do you see how I'm going 2 weeks out? That's automatically on those, and you check that box based on your Q date. You'll see that on a slide that I have, okay? Don't change that date for any reason. Let it come when Market America says it's going to come based on your Q date. I have people say, well, my mortgage pulls that week. Don't change it, because sometimes you could get 2 transfer buys in 1 month, sometimes none at all, based on, because a month isn't 30 days all the time, is it? Sometimes it's 28, sometimes it's 31. So there's a little overlap there, okay? All right, so these are your requirements. I'm just going to take them over here just to show you. So as a brand new franchise owner, you have earned no commission checks. Your monthly requirement is 50 business volume in your 001 and a UFMS subscription of $20. It's monthly and it's to be placed in your 001. Correct? You can change it as needed, but if you're going to change it early if you want it. For those of you in your first quarter, it's only going to come month 3. For everyone past their first quarter, it's going to come every month, and it is a requirement. Okay? Once you're a coordinator in the business, you've earned your first $300 check. This amount of BB doubles. Whatever you have in there, as long as you've checked a little box, and I'll show you a picture of it, it's called Insured Transfer Buying Rider, you want that box to be checked. Market America automatically doubles your order to satisfy the correct amount you need. Because most people are so new, they don't understand that they have to do this on their own. Let Market America do it. Then it's fail-proof, okay? So, now you're at 100 BB in a quarter, you still need a UFMS every month. When you get to the executive coordinator level, and I don't know when that's going to be for you. Some people are going to get here in 4 weeks, some people are going to take 4 months, some people are going to take a year. That's all based on how fast you're growing your organization. So everybody's different. But executive coordinator is earned how much in commissions? $1,500. They flush through the pay cycle one time, and they've earned a total of $1,500 in commissions. Their transfer buy is going to double again. You're going to have, now it's really going to go up to 200 BB. You can change it back down to 150. But this requirement is 150 business volume a month, every month, plus UFMS for the life of the company. Now let me tell you that. Who knows who the top money earner is in Market America? Elizabeth Weber. What is her monthly auto ship requirement? 150. How much does she earn a month? $125,000 a month. Her requirement is $150 a month. Just like the brand new executive coordinator, $150 business a month. So it never changes. Now, can you have multiple businesses as you grow your organization in years to come? Can you have an 001 that's paying you, an 004 that's... Yes. Do you have a monthly auto ship on those businesses? No. You do not. Okay? You do not. Do you have an annual renewal on those businesses?
No.
No. All you have, Bishop Jordan, is a one-time qualification on a second business, and you have to activate it. Turn commission checks, okay? But you don't have a retailing requirement, you don't have an auto ship requirement, you don't have an annual renewal requirement. Those are all requirements on your 001 business. That's why I always tell people, just focus on that 001, focus on that 001 when you're new, all right? So that'll never change. Now for an IBB, it's the same thing. An IBB distributor, you've not earned an IBB commission check, so it's 10 IBB UFMS. You don't get a second UFMS, they're both the same thing. It's just one $20 fee, okay? Now, you could be an executive coordinator in the BV plan. You could have earned $1,500 in commissions in the BV plan and still not have earned an IBV check yet. So you only go up when you earn a BV commission check, and you only bump up when you earn an IBV commission check. Do you get that? Yes. Okay, so this one's going to take longer to bump up than this one. But you just bump up from 10 to 20 and then 20 to 30. Does that make sense? Come on. Okay, you have a question?
Yeah, so let's say you have, I'm not sure if this is tangible, but if you have, let's say, 5,000 BV on your right and you are not at 5,000, let's say you have 300 on your left.
Okay.
Do you build your left to get to 5,000, or does the check come after you get the 1,200 on the left?
When you get to, so if you have so what she asked is if you have 5,000, I'm assuming you're activated, you've got 5,000 BV on the left side and 300 BV on the right side. What do you need to get to a $300 commission check? 1,200, because you've already got to 1,200 on one side, so you need to get it up to 1,200, so you need an additional 900. Then you'll get a $300 check. 5,000 will still stay there. What's the next commission check? 2,400. So you just add an additional 12, and you get the second $300 commission check. 5,000 still stays there. It only flushes, so then it's 3,600, right? Right. Third 300, and then 5,000. So you're 5,000 and 5,000. You get a what check for 5,000 and 5,000? $600 check. So 300, 300, 300, 600. Now what happens if you're at 5,002 and 15,000? Is that okay? Yeah, what's the check? What check are you going to get if you're at 5,002 and 15,000 on one side? A $600 check. And the very next day, what are you going to be at? Zero. Now a lot of people say, oh, I'm losing all this BV. No, you're not. That's a good thing to have. That's a great problem to have one leg going fast like that. Because where do you have to put your efforts?
In the left and the other leg.
On the other leg. If you're perfectly even, you're building two legs. If you have one leg going good, you're supporting and only building one, guys. You get that? That's huge for you. Okay? So that's a good question, very good question. All right, okay? All of the banks reset because you did not exercise the monthly accrual option in either your BV, your IBV, or both. The reasons for a bad flush, and flushes only happen monthly, could be you didn't place either your requirement of 50, 100, or 150 BV in your 001. That's only going to affect your BV banks. You didn't purchase your monthly UFMS subscription. That affects both BV and IBV because they both need the UFMS, right? One covers both of them. Or you didn't place your 10, 20, or 30 IBV. That's only going to affect your IBV commission banks. So what happens is they're showing Matt ordered 400 BV. The 400 BV went up and counted for Dr. Jones, Chris, Tom, and you. For one of these reasons, Matt did not meet his monthly requirement. So what happens in this scenario is, boom, Matt red flushed. It's gone. You see that? Everyone above still gets to keep the 400 BV.
Wow.
It only affects Matt for a monthly red flush. It doesn't affect anybody above him, and it doesn't do anything to Matt's qualifying volume. All it did is, whatever accumulated volume that Matt had in either his BV or IBV base is now erased and reset to zero on both sides. Okay? He didn't meet his requirement. Now, word to the wise. Let's say somewhere down the line, you had an 004 business, and it's activated, and you're earning commission checks here. If you don't do your monthly requirements here, it also erases all the volume here as well. Okay? So, but we're only going to think about this one, so you red flash. So now what happens? Well, you want to get back in, you want to make sure that your transfer buy is set up in good standing, that there's not going to be any problems the next month. As soon as you have one successful transfer buy or on franchise auto ship pull, your business fund and incentive business fund or internet business fund is going to start to accrue again without problems, okay? Now, in the back office, under administration, it's going to always tell you what week your transfer buy comes in. So in the same spot where it says distributor qualification, where you get your Q date, also if you scroll down the bottom, it's going to say transfer by week. And it'll say T1, T2, T3, or T4. Now if 1 month it doesn't go through successfully, it's now going to change that T to a W. Warning, week 1. That means you're on warning. You're still a qualified distributor, everything's good. Your sponsor could still put volume in you because technically you're still enrolled. They're giving you the benefit of the doubt. You're still enrolled in the program. But if the second month goes through and no auto ship goes through, you're going to flush again. And they're going to take you off transfer buy altogether. You'd have to go into your back office and reset up the entire form.
Wow.
Okay? And at that point, until you do that, your sponsor cannot put any volume into you. Doesn't take away your qualifying volume, doesn't make you an inactive distributor, it's just you're not accruing any volume. So that's kind of a bummer, all right? So now, as an active unfranchised owner, there's quarterly requirements to do, and as a sales rep. So let's go over them, all right? One is you have to have at least 2 retail receipts totaling $200 and 2 separate sales to a company of $41,000. Now, if I have a customer, Sue, and she buys $100 worth of products from me in January, and Sue also buys $200 worth of products from me in February, those are 2 separate sales, same customer. That's fine. That would satisfy my $41,000 requirement. It has to be 2 sales receipts. And as soon as those sales receipts are placed in your back office, so if somebody buys from shop.com, they automatically presets your back office with the receipt. If somebody buys from you directly and you give them the product and collect the money, you have to put in the receipt. But as soon as you reach $200 in sales and 2 receipts, Market America automatically submits your $41,000 for you. Anytime during your quarter, it could be the first week in your quarter, it could be the last week in your quarter, but anytime you reach the 200, your $41,000 is going to be automatically submitted. You will get an email telling you that it is. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so that's the first one. Second one is that you have to have, for a quarterly requirement, we're not talking monthly, 150 personal business volume in any of your personal business development centers. And you're thinking, Lisa, what is this? Well, you have the monthly requirement, right? You have month 1, month 2, month 3. If you're a new franchise owner, you're getting 50, 50, and 50, correct?
Yes.
You've automatically met this requirement. So it's not above and beyond. If you're a coordinator, you've earned $300 in commissions, you're getting 100, 100, 100, you've exceeded this, right? Here is where the problem lies. You've got month 1, month 2, month 3. What if you did month 1, 50 BB, month 2, 50 BB, month 3, 0? You missed it. Well, in our monthly plan, you're going to red flush, aren't you? You're going to lose whatever accumulated business and internet business volume that you have. But in our quarterly requirements, you're going to get to the end of your quarter, and how much volume are you going to have? You're going to have only 100.
Right.
The requirement is that you have 150. So what it's saying here is that you need at least 150 in any center. Well, you've already got 100 in your 001. So to satisfy this quarterly requirement so it doesn't affect you, you could put 50, I can't write backwards, 50 in anything else. You could put it in your 002 or your 003 or your 001 if you wanted. And it would add up to what you have, and that would satisfy that requirement, okay? Now, the third requirement is just a yearly requirement, and that's that your annual renewal goes through successfully in the month of your start month. And they'll automatically charge your card that's on file with your UFMS, they'll charge it $99.95 the first week of your renewal month. Okay, so those things. The biggest things people miss is this, and that they don't get it in on time. There's no penalty for getting it in early. In fact, if you wait, so how long do you have to do this $200 in sales? 3 months, right? 90 days, 3 months to do 200. So here's the thing. If you've gone 60 days already and you haven't gotten it in, they will send you an actually email warning. Say you're 30 days out, and people still wait till the last minute. And it has to be filed here in New York by 11:59 p.m. You'd be sweating if you're waiting until 11:59 p.m. Right? And that's when you would experience a purge on a Friday. Now what happens with the purge is that you might not think it happened because North America is a little bit sneaky. It actually doesn't show up in your report section for 2 weeks after it happens.
Wow.
And the reason it does that is because they're calculating everything. Because if you qualify for a commission check on a Friday, let's say you qualify on this Friday coming up, which is Friday, what's today, the 7th, the 9th, okay? When do you actually get the commission check in your mail, in your direct deposit? 2 Fridays, 2 weeks out, right? So there's some lag time in there for things to happen that the computer has to recognize. And what it recognizes is, this person didn't satisfy their core requirement, there's a purge there, that is going to affect that commission check coming 2 weeks from now, and it takes time for the computer to get everything in line for the purge to show up, because purges affect more than just you. That's why it takes some time. All right? All the business volume, first of all, the purge, all of your group business volume, all of your incentive group business volume is erased and reset to 0. You become inactive. And the reason you become inactive is all your personal business volume is taken away as well. And what's personal to you? This. So this is gone, everything in here is gone, it's a bunch of zeros. Your spot is still there, but you're an inactive and unqualified distributor. Okay? You have the ability to re-qualify your business development centers with 200 business volume into your 001, and then they can start accruing group business volume again. You have 270 days, does that number sound familiar? From the date of that purge. Now most of the time when somebody purges, they do it by accident, so they re-qualify the very next day. But if somebody drops out, and they don't want to be in the business anymore, they can't come back in and re-qualify in a different spot for 270 days, okay? So if you want to keep your same spot, you've got to do it from either day 1 up to days 270 to keep your same spot in the genealogy. Okay, now this is what, and the reasons for purges, you didn't meet your 150 BB for the quarter, you didn't submit your 41000 sales report, or at the end of the year you didn't renew. So this is what a purge looks like. You got Matt down here again, ordering the 400 BB. It goes up to everyone, right? For one of those reasons, Matt is going to purge. I'm betting he didn't submit his Form 1000 and on time, or didn't have the customers for the company to submit the Form 1000. So when he purges, unlike when he flushed, everyone loses the volume that hasn't earned a commission check on it already. So now it's gone. Now Matt also lost his qualifying volume. What if Dr. Jones was Matt's sponsor and Dr. Jones was activated? He had Matt on his left, he had Matt on his right, and he had somebody else on his left, and he was activated. If Matt becomes an inactive distributor with no qualifying volume, is Dr. Jones activated anymore?
No.
No. He's not. So Dr. Jones, in order to be activated, either has to replace someone here, a qualified distributor, or have Matt re-qualify and become back in good standing again for him to become reactivated. You see how that affects people, okay? So Jim and I have 6 businesses paying us. If we experience a purge at the end of this quarter in our 001, all 6 of them are inactive. I'd have to requalify all 6 with 200 BV. That'd be how much BV right off the bat? 1,200, right? 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, 200. And I'd have to file a 4-month sales report on all 6 businesses in order to earn a commission check from them. The sales report says you're moving products to an end consumer. You're not warehousing products. That's a legal thing to have. So if somebody says to you, well, we don't have to submit a sales report, we don't have to do anything on our business. Illegal, red flag, don't look at it, okay? That's what makes our business legal, is that we legally sell to someone other than ourselves, and we legally submit a report saying that we do so every single quarter. That's what keeps us in good standing, guys, okay? That's important to do. Anything that's not agreed upon by you and your sponsor or for somebody else. All right. Placement is where the business development center is located in the genealogy line. Your sponsor gets to determine your placement, left or right. Just like when you sponsor in your business, you get to determine where you're going to put in your new unfranchised owners that you're bringing into the business. It's also referred to linkage. A business may only be placed on the left or right side of a business development center where one currently doesn't exist. So you can't like move somebody up or whatever. Now what happens if you have an organization and there's 10 people down one leg and somebody drops out? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this person drops out. Does everybody kind of move up? No. I always call it a ghost town. It's still there, it's still got an ID number, but all the volume just flows right through it, right on up. Okay? Now if somebody dropped out and they have that 270-day rule, they could actually come back into that same spot if they came back in before their 270 days were up. And they'd have to qualify it with 200, and then go back on the monthly auto ship and maintain their monthly and their quarterly requirements. And they could keep their same spot. But if they're out 270 days and they want to come back in, like I said, they have to come in down at the bottom. They can't come back in to that same spot. So when you activate your business for placement, this is showing placement versus sponsorship. So if it's you and you activate with Tom and Sue, so you do sponsor one on the left and one on the right, you're now activated and eligible to earn commission checks. The organization grows and you identify a 3rd business partner. You determine where you want to put them. Now if it's family keeping them together and it's a strong leg, you might keep them together on a strong leg. So maybe you have a family leg, maybe you have a coworker's leg, maybe you have a friend's leg, maybe you have a church leg, whatever it might be. You know, but you try to keep people that know each other and run in the same circles together on the same leg. All right? Now the thing about it is the 3rd person was Matt. Well, Matt, you sponsored Matt, but Matt has to go in the last available placement spot, correct? So Matt is not going to be linked directly to you. Matt is going to be linked to Dr. Jones. Although Dr. Jones, it looks like, has not sponsored anyone personally, him or herself, correct? So if Dr. Jones was going to sponsor their first person, where would he put it? Underneath Matt, right? And that creates kind of a waterfall. Has to sponsor their first person. Making this leg strong, guys. X activates, put it over here. Y has to sponsor their first person. Making that leg strong, right? Activate, put it over here, and so on and so on. So it creates that everybody has to sponsor. Never give away sponsorship, guys. Everyone can find
Say that
two.
again, please say that again.
Never give away sponsorship, because everyone can find two. And if you give away sponsorship, if you give, you know, X to Amy, then X has to find one person and move over here. You know, that's it. Then X is going to say, well, you gave me to Amy, who are you going to give me to? You know, where's my person?
Right.
Right? And where's my person if you give away that one? And so everybody, you won't create that waterfall effect. I did it, so I know.
Yeah.
All right, and the key is obviously supporting others. You guys know that the short-term goal is that A, you're going to get a cash base of repeat customers, because you got to spend some money to make some money. Otherwise, if you don't have a cash flow from customer orders, you're going to pick and choose. What can I go to? Oh, I can't afford $30 for that local. I'm not going to be able to go to a moving up seminar. I'm not going to be able to go down to a world conference, you know, in Miami. But if you're retailing, that should be in a separate account, guys. Separate account,
Good.
so that you know that you have funds coming in. You want to activate and then help your people activate. You can't earn a commission bonus unless you have people activated in your business. And you want to create an ongoing, like you said, distribution of at least 300 a month that'll quickly turn into 300 a week, okay? As your organization grows. Commissions, we're not even going through. You guys are really good on the compensation plan, right? 1,200, 2,400, 36, and then 5, right? I think you've got that. And you can do that in both the BB and IBB plan, although BB plan is going to go much quicker. But when they're both going through 0 to 5,000 in a week on the left and 0 to 5,000 in a week on the right, your potential for one business is 3,000 a week. You see that? Without bonuses. That's just 0 to 5,000, 0 to 5,000 in the BB plan, and 0 to 5 and 0 to 5 in the IBB plan. That'd be 1,500 a week, 1,500 a week on each, and 3,000 total a week. Now, if you add the bonus program in there, oh, and forfeit just means what we just talked about. You didn't have your 2 personally sponsored people on the week, and you got to 1,200, 1,200. You guys are all comfortable with that, right? You forfeit that check. All right, so, and it's just showing you, you got to the 1,200, 1,200, you got Tom, you're half activated, you didn't have Sue, you got to the levels before you activated, you lose the first check. I think we went over this a number of times, so that's not going to happen. Okay, management bonus is when every time your business and a business development center on the left, doesn't matter who it is, business development center on the left and a business development center on the right, just completes the pay cycle, just gets to the 5,000 and 5,000 in the same week you do. So they're at 5,000 and 5,000, you're at 5,000 and 5,000, they're at 5,000 and 5,000. You get the additional $600 commission check, a bonus check. The reason they're giving you a bonus is they're saying you're somehow helping your organization activate. If you had just people in here, nobody's making money, nobody's activated, how many bonuses can you earn? 0. So once you're activated, what should your focus be? Getting those people activated. Continuing to sponsor, but help people make money, guys. That's the name of the game, because you want people making money, and that's how the bonuses come in. So if you're earning an additional bonus on that, on top of the 3,000 a week that you're getting, the bonus is 600, you can earn that every week. That'd be 3,600. Max you can earn on one business, 187,000, okay? That's a cap. You want a reentry? The very first time you earn $1,500 on your 001, a reentry goes on file. Now you already have a 1, a 2, and a 3, right? Everybody comes in with that? Those are there for you. But to get a re-entry, which is a business that you can put down below your organization and build, you have to go through the pay cycle one time and one time only. So you have a re-entry on file, Bishop Jordan, okay?
Really?
And it's good for the life of the company, and it allows you to earn it, and it's only awarded 1 per business. So you get 1 for your 001, 1 for your 002, 1 for your 003, and so on. It must be placed according to policy, meaning it has to be 5 positions below your original. So 5 businesses have to be in between. And you have to qualify at once with 200 dB. So here's Bishop Jordan number 1. He still has his 2 and his 3, but we're not seeing those. And then his 004, it would be. You link it in the genealogy line to someone at the bottom, qualify it with 200, activate it, just like you did on the first one with a personally sponsored person on the left, personally sponsored person on the right, and volume flows up the left and right of your 4. You get paid a commission check here. When you get to 1,200, you get $300. That's 2,400 business volume, isn't it, for this business? 2,400, now you're at the bottom of the pyramid. All right? If you want to earn more, you're at the bottom. 2,400 BB comes up to the right side of Travis. Travis is going, yes. 2,400 to Chris, 2,400 here, and 24 to your original business and counts the second time as well. So think of it as being a franchise owner. You have a very successful franchise, you open a second one across town. When you sell a burger in your second one, does it pay you in your first one? No. Right? In fact, many times they compete with each other because sometimes they've taken business away from one to go to the other. Here, you're in sync because they actually help each other and they help everybody in between. When you get to $1,500 in commissions on business number 4, they put a second re-entry on file. It would be your 005.
You get what now, say?
you get a reentry for your 004. You only get one reentry per business. So when you earn $1,500, you flush through the pay cycle, green flush, so 300, 300, 300, and 600, those are your checks in increments, that's $1,500. Automatically, the first time you guys do it, you're gonna get a reentry on file.
Right.
It's on file with your ID number, your distributor ID number, and it's good for the life of the company.